Commuter delay. The Iowa DOT is making drivers aware of a significant slowdown today. We'll tell you where it's at and why they say finding an alternate route may be the solution.
Student Success, a new program, is getting students ready for higher education while providing them with a way to get there. We'll tell you how a new scholarship is giving students some hope and motivation.
And opening night dud. Hilton Magic couldn't help the Cyclones last night. We'll show you what happened and tell you why Steve Prohm says he isn't worried. It's Tuesday, November 14th. Today in Iowa starts now.
From WHO HD, the local news leader. This is Channel 13 News, Today in Iowa.
All right, 5 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. The thing I noticed when I stepped outside this morning, it wasn't as cold.
Not as, yeah, right. It got a little bit warmer yesterday, and the fog that we had yesterday morning, which was just crazy for quite a while, not such a problem this morning. Jerry Ann?
Yeah, exactly. Here's a look at the latest fog, the visibility. Still some being reduced along the northern border of the state, but you can see for 9 miles in Des Moines. So north of I-80, some patchy fog, a little light drizzle, nothing major. Temperatures across the state in the 40s. We're above the freezing point, and it looks like we'll get in the 50s this afternoon despite all these clouds. It is going to stay cloudy throughout the day. There's a chance of some drizzle, kind of a damp day. The best chance for the rainfall will be tonight, and it looks like it will be under 1/10 of an inch by early tomorrow. Here's a look at your day planner. 9 a.m. 47, noon 51, at 3 o'clock 55. The winds will stay out of the south at around 10 to 50 miles per hour. We do have a few changes in the weekend forecast. I'll have more on that coming up.
Thanks, Jerry Ann. First on 13, the Iowa Department of Transportation is warning some Metro drivers to expect some delays during the commute today.
An already busy stretch of road is about to get even busier because of a construction project that's nearing completion. Slow traffic is expected in the westbound lanes of Highway 141 at 8035 between Urbandale and Grimes while contractors repaint pavement markings. The delay requires single-lane closures, which began at 6 o'clock last night and will go until around 3 o'clock this afternoon, weather permitting. The DOT encourages drivers to find an alternate route or be cautious when driving through Ryder Corner. Siri
is
here. Give it
Siri
to me. I'll deal with it.
There, Brooke.
Yeah.
Excuse me. 2 drivers are recovering this morning after a serious crash with a semi-truck. It happened near the intersection of Northeast 108th Street and Highway 163 yesterday. Police say a car was southbound on 108th and collided with a semi. The driver of the car had to be extricated from the vehicle by authorities. The passenger was able to exit on his own, but both he and the driver were taken to a hospital. Their names and conditions have not yet been released.
The 4 teens accused of sexually assaulting a fellow Johnston High School student entered a plea of not guilty. 18-year-old Morgan Huff and 17-year-old Ritter Stahlbaum are both charged with second-degree sexual abuse, first-degree robbery, and felony sexual assault. 15-year-olds Caden Dishman and Noah Lamar are charged with first-degree robbery and felony sexual assault. Lamar and Dishman have entered into plea agreements while all 4 trials are scheduled for January. A plea date will be held for Lamar on Friday. All 4 defendants are free on bond.
A mental health advocate is hoping his story can help others. Sean Campbell describes his father as a loving but troubled man. He suffered from bipolar disorder and alcoholism. Sean watched both diseases wear down his dad, ultimately leading to his father's suicide. At DMAC, he spoke about the external and internal factors that can affect mental wellness. He stressed how simple and important it is to simply be there for someone dealing with mental stress.
One of the things that we have to be able to do is not feel like we have to have an answer to everything. Because mental health is complicated. People are complicated. This stuff is complicated. And if we see someone struggling or we come across someone struggling, we don't have to fix the problem in that instant. And I think so often we think we do. Sometimes we just have to be present and listen.
Today we'll be taking a deeper look at mental health in Iowa. At 4 p.m. we will bring you a special town hall event, Mental State. Channel 13's political director Dave Price will be joined by experts, advocates, and families who know the pain of a mental health crisis. That's today at 4. That's right here on Channel 13.
One after-school program is starting a brand new scholarship for students to help pay for higher education. Channel 13's Christina Salonikas is here to explain how this scholarship is helping students in the Latina community. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Brooke. El Éxito is a program for middle and high school Latinos across the state of Iowa that helps students build their leadership skills to improve their community. Now, the program for the first time is creating a scholarship program for students who are looking into how to pay for higher education. The scholarship candidates need to be active in the community, and their GPA won't necessarily be a factor. The program is looking for people who will help better the community, and the program is honoring Mary E. Campos, who wanted to start a scholarship so students could better their lives within the community.
I want the children to know that we believe in them, that they do have a future, that they don't need to think they're hopeless, that they are intelligent, that they can meet any criteria that they put in front of them. But they have to be committed. It's a long, hard road. And one of the things you have to be is show commitment and be honest with yourself about what it is that you want to do.
The program is still in the early phases and does not know how much money or how many scholarships they will be giving out. However, today there will be a luncheon to introduce the program and honor Campos.
And really get some of those younger kids, as you mentioned, thinking about college and that it is possible and there are resources to help them pay for it.
That is correct. And not only, the high school and middle schoolers, but even their students that are now in the higher education levels. I talked to a few that you'll hear from later in the show about how excited they are to hear about this scholarship opportunity.
All right, thanks, Christina.
It's 5:07, and with so many smart devices now in schools and in homes, visiting a library to check out a book may seem inconvenient for kids today. One Central Iowa Public Library is doing what it can to give students more online access to its materials. Channel 13's Laura Barcheski is live at the Waukee Library this morning to tell us why they decided to start a new partnership. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Andy. The Waukee School District and Public Library just joined together recently to bring what's called the Digital Scholar Program. Now, through this program, all students and teachers in the district can access all of the library's online resources just by logging in with their school ID. Teachers are able to add more to their lessons and students can more easily do research online. The library has access to online credible databases and books that students can use rather than simply searching the internet.
There are lots of some of the support like World Book Encyclopedia and some of the research engines that we might not be able to provide year to year, but that the students can now log on and have access to those things. So when they're researching or they're studying things, or if they just want to sit down on their couch and read a book they love, they'll have access to it without it having to be on a shelf.
All of the students, they hope by giving all the students the online access, they'll be open to reading more, especially, they say, well, reading on a tablet or a phone is okay, so they want to give them that opportunity to do that.
I mean, clearly that's the method that kids are using to read these days, more and more electronics, but you still have to have the materials, right? I mean, and the library will have the materials, just a matter of being able to access those materials with your pad, right?
Right, exactly. And a lot of kids actually get like these iPads and things like that for school so that they can do this kind of thing. And now the library will give them that they don't even have to have a library card. They just have to have their student ID. So that's really neat.
Yeah, just jump online there with your electronic device and access the library in your community. Thank you, Laura.
It's 5:09, and Iowa singer's hope of stardom was cut short last night on The Voice. Last night, Chris Weaver sang California Soul by Marlena Shaw, and later was one of the 3 eliminated before the live show started. Chris Weaver was a front runner from the beginning on Jennifer Hudson's team. During auditions, he got a 4-chair turn, and Adam Levine even told him that this was the first contestant to give them an opportunity and not the other way around. Weaver went to Central College and was a worship leader at Lutheran Church of Hope. He will be performing in Des Moines November 24th at the Garden.
Oh, shoot.
A lot more people know about him now
Yeah.
that he's been on The Voice.
Well, that lets you know just how talented they are once they get to this round.
Yeah.
If he's being eliminated.
Right,
whew,
exactly.
Stiff
Some
competition.
Stiff competition. All right, Jerry Anson with a look at today's forecast, and starting off rather mild.
Yeah, the temperatures are above the freezing point. We do have a little fog, but nothing like yesterday. And right now, the reduced visibility is along the northern border of the state. We have some rainfall to the south, and it really looks like the heaviest rain will be just to the east of Des Moines with this next system. Let me show you here hour by hour with the big picture. If I can get my garage door opener to work here, you can see those spotty showers over Missouri right now, but look what happens as they move off to the east. So we are anticipating a little light rain, especially overnight into the early morning hours, with most of the rain over parts of Illinois, moving off to the east coast with dry conditions expected by Wednesday and Thursday, and it's even looking fairly quiet this weekend. It's looking noticeably cooler this weekend, but in the meantime, temperatures will be at or above average. 45 around Minneapolis, 58 around Omaha. Yesterday we were still in the 50s, but today we'll be back in the 40s. Today we'll be back in the 50s despite all the clouds.
All right, Jerry Ann. Well, it's a new look Cyclone men's basketball team this season, and 2 games in, it's a bad look. It's a rebuilding year, and it's only November, but Iowa State needs drastic improvement. Home opener last night against Milwaukee of the Horizon League. Cameron Lard once again in street clothes. First half, the lone returning starter, Solomon Young, nifty move, spins it up off the backboard, and Iowa State leads by 2. Later on, Donovan Jackson, sweet lefty stroke just inside the three-point line. Cyclones up 3. How about Nick Weiler-Babb with a solid first half? Step back Jay. Cyclones lead by 5. Then, here they come off the steal. Zoran Talley all the way, throws it down and the foul. Iowa State jumps out to an 8-point lead. Goes sideways from there, though. After Milwaukee would take a lead, you get more from Weiler-Babb, this time from downtown. Tied at 16, but the Panthers would not go away. Jeremiah Bell banks in the 3, and Milwaukee leads by 7 at the half. And they end up rolling by 18 in this game, 74-56. Fans headed to the exits with several minutes to go. Don't see that often at Hilton Coliseum. Iowa State had not lost a home opener in 20 years.
Obviously, we got to get a lot better. You know, I know it's going to be, I should say we know it's going to be a process of getting better. I know we're going to black out a lot of noise that we'll hear, but, you know, we've been here, we've been in these situations, and you just got to get better. We're 2 games into the season. We have a lot to work on. We got a lot to get better. We got a lot to improve on. We got a couple guys coming back, and so but the biggest thing right now, we just got to teach how to get better on a daily basis in every area.
Personally, I'm not happy with our performance, and as a team, we set a goal for 10 or less turnovers. Tonight, we came out with 18. We got to take care of the ball because that's just lack of, you know, taking care of those possessions just given away. But, I mean, overall, we came out. We didn't come out with the win like we wanted to, but we just got to get back to it tomorrow morning.
Happy for him to get that win.
UNI Panther fans throwing the Monday dance party, and it's something. UNI hosting Alcorn State. True freshman Taiwan Pickford with splash 3. UNI have 16 early first half. Second half, Juwan McLeod feeling it. He has 6 threes in the game, 18 points, leads all scorers. Man, the Panthers look good. UNI wins it by 28. A laugh for 73-45.
Okay.
Yeah, that is how you win your home opener. Cyclones, not so much. Lost 4 starters. I don't think anybody thought that this was going to be anything but a rebuilding year. But a reality check like that,
I know.
That's hard to take.
I didn't know that it had been 20 years since they lost the home opener. It's a long time.
Right. And yeah, who knows what Milwaukee may be a team that's improved a whole lot, but team from the Horizon League visiting a Big 12 team, you got to beat that team.
Jerry Ann's here with a look at our weather, and yesterday we had some pretty thick fog. It's not as bad this morning, but it is showing up in some parts of the state, right?
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be another cloudy day, which is kind of a bummer, but temperatures will be above average this afternoon. We're starting off in the 40s this morning. Sunrise at 7:02, sunset at 4:55. I'll let you know when we'll see more sunshine this week and when we have the best chance at some rainfall when we come back.
President Trump heads back to Washington today.
After wrapping up his 12-day tour of Asia, we'll tell you what issues are waiting for him upon his return.
From WHO HD, the local news leader. You're watching Channel 13 News, Today in Iowa.